Hello, hello. This is Qigong presented by Torvo. My name is Craig. Welcome to this class, whenever you're catching it. At this moment, it is Tuesday, April 27th, almost 6 p.m. I know people catch this at various times. So whenever you're taking in this offering, welcome. For those who are new to this, wondering what's happening for this class, I'll be doing a standing Qigong presentation class. I'm your facilitator. And Qigong, those who are new, is an ancient Chinese energy, wellness, self-care practice. Qigong literally means to work with your energy. And we'll be doing that today. So this will be a 60-minute class. The key thing to remember about this class is that this class is for you. Modify any of the movements that you see me doing. There'll be slow, gentle, flowing movements. There'll be some stretching. There'll be some grounding opportunities to check in with your breath. This class is for you. Take time and the space to listen, to check in, to take care of yourself. That's what this class is all about. For those who are catching this live, if you have any questions, you can submit them until I get to them. Otherwise, take care of yourself. Listen to yourself. I'll be facilitating this class, but really the goal is listening, exploring, playing. The agenda for this class for the next 5 to 10 minutes will be engaging in the practice of aligning the three treasures. This is where we check in with the body, the breath, and the mind, kind of a grounding practice. After that, we move into the 5 introductory movements. That pretty much takes the first half class, flowing movements and shaking. And then for the second half of class, there will be stretching, tapping for the first 5 minutes. And then there'll be gentle flowing movements where you sync the body with the breath. And that will take up until the end of class, and then we'll do some clearing practices, and I'll throw in a standing meditation. So that's the class. That's the breakdown. Take breaks. You can do this class standing like I am, or you can do it seated, or even laying down. Most of the movements I will be doing just be flowing movements with the hands. So let me take a step back. We'll start off this class in just 30 seconds. Just want to make sure everyone's situated. The key thing with Qigong is listening to yourself and making sure you feel comfortable. Qigong is about checking in with yourself, listening, learning, exploring. So let's begin. Let's begin this class. Let's start off with aligning the three treasures: body, breath, mind, the 3 adjustments. But before we just jump into that, I just want you to just take notice of your environment, noticing how you feel. And if you have enough space for yourself to bring your hands out, up, to step forward, to step back, making sure you have room for yourself to be and to explore, because that's what we'll be doing for this class. And at any time you need to take a break, please do so. Qigong is not about stress or strain. It's about listening, self-care, wellness, and well-being. So let's start off with aligning the body. If you like, you can bring your feet together. Just noticing how that feels. And then we can shift the weight into the left foot, step out with the right foot. So the feet are now separate, yet parallel. The feet are flat on the ground, pointing forward. And noticing how that feels. And we're going to continue aligning the body. So bring your awareness into the feet, noticing how you connected to the earth, the ground right now. You're supported by the ground. Let's continue aligning the body. Let's check in with the knees. Knees are soft. Slight bend in the knees. Let's check in with the pelvis. Tailbone is tucked underneath the spine, which levels the pelvic bowl. Let's check in with the chest. Chest is open. Let's check in with the arms. Noticing the arms. Noticing the weight. Arms can be just relaxed, hang down by the sides. Slight bend in the elbows, palms facing towards the body. Fingers can be spread apart. Let's take time to check in with the neck, the shoulders, and release tension and tightness in those areas. I'll do shoulder rolls and then move into some neck exercises. So let's start off with some shoulder rolls. If you like, and do 4 shoulder rolls forward. Just rolling the shoulders, being gentle and kind. And then to reverse the movement, rolling the shoulders back. Noticing how you feel. Doing 4 in this direction too. And when you're all set, just allow your hand, your arms, just hang, and we'll bring our attention to the neck. When we do the exercises for the neck, just being gentle and kind. So let's take time to just look up and down. So gaze upward and looking down. Let's do that movement one more time, up and down. And bring the head back to center. And let's look left and right. So looking to the left. Noticing what you see, sense. Looking to the right. Noticing what you see and sense. And doing that one more time. Left and right. Bring the head back to center. Let's do some neck rotations. We'll just do, let's do 2. You can allow the chin to drop the chest and allow the nose to lead neck. Just do 2 circles in one direction and then 2 in the other. And noticing how that feels. All right. And let's move into aligning, finishing the alignment of the body. Let's check in with the head. Let's imagine that there's a string coming down from the sky, the ceiling, connects to the top of the head, connects to the crown. It pulls us upright. And we can imagine that we're hanging from the string, so we're just loose. Let's check in with the eyes. Noticing how the eyes feel. If you like, you can have your eyes open, completely open, or at a half gaze. Or if you know the movements, you can have your eyes closed. Whatever feels good for you. That's the key thing. You can check in with the mouth. Mouth can be in the form of a smile. You can check in with the jaw, the brow. See if you're carrying any tightness, tension there. And if it's possible, see how it feels if you can release that. Otherwise, just bring kindness, compassion to those areas. And now that we align the body, let's move into aligning the breath. This practice, you just want to bring awareness and attention to the breath. You can engage in natural breathing, or if you'd like, you can practice Dantian breathing. Dantian breathing, also known as diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing. It's a practice I'll be using for this Qigong class. To demonstrate, I'll bring the left hand to the abdomen. So when you take in a deep breath, as you inhale, abdomen expands as the lungs fill with air, and as you exhale, as the lungs empty, abdomen softens. On the inhale, lungs fill, navel moves away from the spine. On the exhale, lungs empty, navel moves towards the spine. All right, let's transition into aligning the mind. Mind is very important. Our intention for this class is to come back to the present moment, to orient ourselves to what is happening in our environment, whether internal or external. That allows us to have our most power, our greatest ability to heal is in the present moment. We're unable to change the past, we're unable to affect the future because we don't know what's going to happen. But in the present, we have our power and healing ability. So let's bring up our hands. You can make a fist with one hand, open the other hand, just bring them together. Let's just send the attention to be in the present. And with that being said, let's begin this practice. Let's allow our hands to flow down, and we're going to start off with full body breathing. So on the inhale, we're going to draw the hands up towards the sky. And on the exhale, we're going to allow our hands to flow out and down by the side. Noticing how that feels. As we start the movement, inhale our hands up. Exhale, hands down. Going at your own pace and speed. Modifying the movement to your liking. We all have different capacities, different body types. Let's do 2 more repetitions in this direction. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands out. This will be my final repetition in this direction. Then I'll reverse the direction of the movement. I'll make that switch happen right now. Now I'm going to inhale the hands up by the side. Now I'll exhale the hands down in front of the body. Noticing how that feels. Switching the direction of the movement in your body. What do you notice? What are you aware of? Let's do 3 more repetitions again at your own pace, your own rhythm. And this will be the last repetition of this movement on my end. I will transition to the next movement. Let's bring the hands in front of the dantian, which is just beneath the navel. Palms are going to be turned upwards, fingers turn towards each other with a little space in between. Noticing what feels comfortable for you. Let's begin this next movement. Let's inhale, draw the hands up to chest height. Then flip the palms over. Exhale, allow the hands to flow down. Restarting the movement, turn the palms back up. Inhale, draw the hands up. Turn the palms over, exhale. Allow the hands to flow down. Noticing what you feel. Noticing what you sense. Feel anything happening in your hand? No worries if you don't. Just coming back to the present moment. Noticing how your feet are connecting to the earth. Noticing if you're experiencing any visualization, imagery. Noticing what you connect to in this moment. Let's do 3 more repetitions. I'll do my final repetition. Then we can transition to the next gesture. And to do so, we'll inhale our hands back up towards the heart. But this time, we're just going to bring our hands together. Have our fingers pointing upwards. Imagine that we're holding a ball between our hands. I'll step a little bit closer to the camera. Just imagine that. Noticing how that feels, noticing what you sense, noticing what comes up when you hear, experience holding a ball between your 2 hands. And we'll begin to make the next movement happen. Let's extend the hands out in front of the chest, palms still facing each other. Slight bend in the elbows. And we're going to begin a heart opening movement. We're going to inhale, draw the hands out. Open up the chest. You can gaze upwards. And exhale, look forward. Bring the hands close together but not touching. And we'll restart this movement. Inhale, open up. You can allow the hands to follow the arms. Exhale, look forward. So always go at your own pace. What do you notice as you open your chest, your heart up? Then release, soften, look forward. Let's do this gesture 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, release. Look forward, bring hands close together. I'll do 1 more repetition on my end. You can bring your hands close together, but just again, imagine that you're holding a ball between the 2 hands. and noticing how that feels. And we'll engage with a little bit of play, expression, listening to what we'd like to do in this present moment. So taking time, just listen to the body's intuition. How would you like to move this ball of energy? Or maybe it's a basketball. How would you like to play with this ball that you have in between your hands? You might want to rotate it. You might want to move it up, down, just around. You can imagine that you can expand it, make it smaller. How do you experience having a ball between your hands? And we'll come back to that starting position just to end that moment of play, intuitive expression. So your hands are just extended out in front of the chest. We're going to transition to the next gesture. We're going to turn our palms so they're facing towards the chest, fingers point toward each other. We're going to inhale, drawing that good energy. We're going to exhale. A lot of hands will just trace over the body and down. And we're now going to swivel the palms around so they turn up, and we're going to inhale the hands up to shoulder height. Turn the palms over, exhale, allow the hands to flow down. Now step back. So inhale, draw the hands up to shoulder height. Turn the palms over, exhale, allow the hands flow down. Hands can flow past the body. Inhale. Exhale. There are many variations to this particular gesture. I'm going to try and do a few of them. As always, this is your practice. Think of what feels good to you. You can try the variations. They're all optional. Or just pick one that you just like. Whatever allows you to be present. Whatever allows you to listen and take care of yourself. Oh, transition to the first variation, which is just shifting the weight on the bottom of the feet, shifting forward and backwards. So when you find yourself inhaling hands up, you're going to shift the weight to the front of the feet. And as you turn your palms over, as you exhale, you're going to shift the weight to the back of the feet. And the feet are going to remain planted on the ground. So inhale, shift the weight to the front, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Weight moves into the heel. Notice how that feels. If you'd like to make this a balanced practice, next time you turn your palms over and you're shifting the weight to the back of each foot, you can lift the toes up. So weight is all the way in the heels. As you inhale the hands up, you can lift the heels off the ground so the weight is all the way into the ball, the toes, each foot. This is optional. This is the balanced practice version of that. Now I'll do one more repetition of that. I'll transition to sinking and rising. Maybe you want to keep your feet flat on the ground as you inhale, hands up. Hands float up. As you exhale and allow the hands to float down, you sink down. See if you get closer to the ground and inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hands flow down. Maybe as you inhale, you're gathering energy, flowing it up. Or gathering whatever feels good for you. Exhale, hands flow down. And you sink down. I'll do one more repetition of that. Then we'll transition to bringing the feet together and stepping them apart. I'll move into that right now. So next time you inhale, both hands up. Let's bring the left foot to the right foot. Exhale. Left foot steps away from right. On the other side, inhale. Right foot steps to left. Exhale. Right foot steps away from left. And you continue to alternate between the two. Noticing how that feels. And if you'd like, you can make this a balanced practice. So as you bring a foot in, you can have most of the weight in to one foot, into one leg. Or if you like, you can even lift up a leg. So as you inhale, hands up, it's available to you, lifting up a leg. And then doing the opposite side. Noticing how that feels. This is optional. I'll do 2 more repetitions of that. And before we transition to the next practice, let's do 3 more repetitions, but this time the feet are just planted. You're just letting the hands flow up. Turn the palms over, exhale, hands flow down. Feet planted on the ground, noticing your connection to the earth. So 2 more repetitions, inhale. Exhale. This will be the last repetition on my end. Now we'll transition to shaking. Noticing how you feel. Let's transition to shaking, also known as cooking Qi, or even shake the tree, if you like. You can start off slowly. That's what I'll do. I'll just start off with just shaking the hands slightly. Let that move into the arms, to the head, the chest, torso, the hips, the legs, and the whole body. We'll do this shaking practice for a few minutes. Let's say 3. Notice how it feels to shake. Again, it can be really light and gentle, or you could be jumping up and down. Or you're just pumping up your heels, pumping the heels up and down, or just shifting from side to side, or doing dog or axis tail. Whatever feels good, whatever allows you to release. To move and release that energy. Another practice that we do in conjunction with shaking is called Blithering Breaths. Just a way of releasing with the breath. The way we do that is when we take an inhale, we'll take a deep breath, and then exhale, we'll let a sound or breath that feels good for us. We'll do 3 for this moment. So when I say inhale, taking a deep breath, and then exhale, let out a sigh, a yawn, a sound, a breath that feels good for you. So let's begin. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. All right, let's do this closing sequence for shaking. You can follow along if you'd like. Bring your hands out to the sides. Reach out to the horizon. Let's bring the hands overhead. Let's bring the hands out from the body. Let's bring the hands behind the body. Let's bring the hands out to the side, fingers pointing down. And if it's available to you, you get close to the ground, bend the knees, the hips. And for the next 30 seconds, just shake however you'd like. If you want to engage the high vibration shake, or any other shake, shake out the legs. And in the next 15 seconds, you just begin to slow that shaking down. We'll bring the shaking in practice to a close. And if it's available to you, you can come to stillness. But if stillness doesn't feel comfortable, and you have preference for moving, you can transition to swaying, shifting from side to side, or rocking back and forth. We're just taking a pause, taking time to check in with ourselves, our environment, just pausing. If it's available to you, see if you can turn inwards. Are you able to bring awareness to sensations, energy, noticing what you feel internally? Or what do you notice externally? What do you notice happening in your environment? These are all anchors to our present. And if you have the ability, can you notice both? Can you notice what you're sensing inwards while paying attention to what's happening in your environment? Just taking this opportunity to pause. Not worried about doing, just practicing being. We'll just pause for another minute. If you feel called to it, you can bring your hands to your body. If you want to move energy, bring healing to your body, whatever feels good to you. We'll begin the next practice in about 20 seconds. Noticing how it feels in this present moment. Noticing what you feel, noticing how you feel. All right, let's transition to the second half of class. Got tapping, got some stretches, got flowing movements, and I'll go in that standing meditation. All right, so let's do some light tapping. I like my go-to tapping routine this chest. I'll move into massaging the abdomen for this particular segment. Tapping down the arms. I'll tap down the sides. Then we'll get the back, the lower back, the legs, and the head. As always, or for those who are new, I know tapping can bring out stuff for certain people. Alternatives can be massaging or just tracing over the areas that we'll focus on in this practice. So let's begin. I'm just going to start. I'll get a little bit closer and just gently tapping the chest, or really whatever intensity feels good. Just noticing that you're tapping your chest. Taking ownership and connecting to yourself. And we'll transition to tapping down the arms. So I'm going to extend the right hand out. I'm going to move the left hand to the chest. And I'm going to start tapping down the neck, down the inner of the right arm. Turning the palm over, tapping the outer of the right arm. I'm doing this 2 more times for a total of 3 times. All right, I'll transition. I'll bring the right hand, just start tapping left chest. I'll extend the left hand out. And we'll do the same on this side. Tapping down. The left arm, inner arm. Tapping up the other arm. I'm doing this for a total of 3 times. Being kind and listening to yourself. All right, and we'll tap down the sides of the body so you can lift the right hand up, and we'll bring the left hand above the armpit. Just start tapping there, and we'll just tap down to about the waist to hip, and we'll just tap down. So we'll bring the hand back up, armpit. Just tap down, and we'll do a total of 3 times. And 1 more time. And we'll switch. Bring left hand up. Do the same on the left side. And 1 more time. All right. And we'll bring attention and awareness to the abdomen, so we can bring our hands to the abdomen. If you like, you make 5 circles in one direction and then reverse direction of those circles, so you can follow along. And now I'm going to reverse the direction of the movement, going the opposite direction. All right, and just bringing the hands back over the abdomen without moving them, just being and pausing for a brief moment. And we'll now just allow the hands to flow up, and we're going to bring our attention to the lower back. Now just turn. We'll just tap. Whether it's making soft fists, or using the side of your hands, or just using your palms, whatever feels good for you. Tapping the lower back, and we'll transition to just tapping down the lower back into tapping down the legs and tapping up the inner legs. So let's begin. Tapping down the back of the legs, all the way down. Tapping the front of the foot, tapping up. And let's do this 2 more times. one last time. All right. And lastly, let's tap the head. You can be kind and gentle with it, or you can massage or trace over, whatever feels good for you in this moment. I'm just going to imagine my fingers are raindrops. I'm just going to gently tap the head, even with this head up. And I'll just do this for 10 more seconds. Just noticing how that feels. And when you're all set, just allow your hands to just flow down. And we'll move into some stretching, and then we'll do some slow flowing movements. So, just got a few stretches. Let's take an opportunity to release tension in our wrists. So we can just circle the wrist. You allow the wrist hang down. Circle 5 circles in one direction. Reverse the movement. All right, allow the hands to flow down, noticing how that feels. And we'll take an opportunity to do some hip rotations. We'll bring the hands together the waist, or bringing the thumbs to the lower back. And we'll do hip rotations. Just doing 3 circles in one direction. And reverse the movement, do 3 in the other. All right, and we'll do some side bends. So if you'd like, you can bring your right hand to your hip, your waist, allow left hand to flow up. And if you'd like, you can do just a gentle stretch, just leaning towards right side, feeling the stretch in the left side. And again, going to whatever stretch feels good for you, whatever intensity feels good. When you're all set, just allowing the hand to flow down, and we'll bring up the right hand. And we'll just stretch. Feel the stretch in the right side as the right hand leans towards the left side. And allowing the right hand to flow down. All right, let's move into some flowing movements. Okay, let's begin with opening chest. I'll do a variation that Jeffrey Chan from Qigong for Vitality does. Great channel for Qigong. So we'll begin with the arms just hanging down by the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale the hands up, shoulder height, and continue to inhale, open up the hands. And then we're now going to exhale, bring the hands back, front. Turn the palms down, and exhale, let the hands flow down. So the movement is inhale, hands up. Inhale, hands open, out and apart. Exhale, bring the hands back to center. Allow the hands to flow down. Let's do that. Let's do that a few more times. Your own pace and speed. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your hands to flow down. And this will be my final repetition. Noticing how that feels. All right. We'll transition to the next gesture. But before we do that, just noticing how you feel. Noticing connection to the earth. Noticing your breath without changing it. Noticing what you're thinking in this moment. Noticing where your attention is. And let's transition to the next movement. Always feel called to gather and release. So let's imagine that we can gather, could be a ball of energy, or just something that we are holding on to in our life. We're gathering on the right side of our body. Imagine we can hold it in our palms. And we're inhaling, drawing our palms up, diagonally, up across the body. And then we can turn our palms away from itself and slowly flow down as we release whatever we have in our hands. Then we gather on the left side, carrying it, drawing it up, inhaling, up across the body. And then release, turning the palms away, allow the hands to flow down. You can go at your own pace and speed. So inhale, gather, draw the hands up, diagonally across the body. Exhale, release. Inhale, gather. Exhale, release. Do this 2 more times, one more pass to each side. Inhale. Inhale. When you're all set, just return to center, allow the hands to hang down. And we'll transition to a gesture where we just imagine that we're just playing with just energy and motion, just moving around from side to side. Let's just bring our hands in front of our dantian, in front of our lower abdomen. And what we're going to do, allow our hands to sway to the right side. Inhale. And then exhale, straight all the way to the other side. You can shift weight. And shift your weight to the right side. Exhale. Shift your weight to the left. Noticing what feels good for you. As long as you're staying in connection with your breath, the movement, the earth. Just allowing yourself to sway from side to side. Gently flowing. And noticing how this movement feels for you. Modifying it, altering it so it serves you. Let's do 2 more passes. And we'll end where we find ourselves. Flowing the hands to the left side. And just allowing the hands to flow back to their respective sides. Noticing how that feels for you. And noticing what you sense, checking in with your feet, your palms, checking in with your chest. Just what do you notice in this moment? We'll transition to the next exercise. Always a fan of bringing in row the boat. So we'll start with the hands, just hanging down by the side. And we're now going to inhale the hands up, forward. Imagine that you're grasping oars, and then exhale, allow the hands to just flow down towards the abdomen, the dantian. And you can restart the movement. Inhale, hands up, forward. Grasp the oars, exhale. Allow the hands to flow down. Inhale. Let's do this 3 more times. And this will be my final position. All right. We'll engage in another floating movement. This time it involves us it's like a 4-part movement. And we'll be turning from side to side. You can follow along. So making sure you have enough space when you reach up and overhead. Here it is. We're going to inhale the hands up to shoulder height. We're going to turn to the right. And inhale the hands up. Gonna continue. And we're going to exhale out the hands to flow down from the body. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, hands up overhead. Return to center. Exhale, allow the hands to flow down from the body. Let's do this for a few more times. Inhale, hands up to shoulder height. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, bring the hands overhead as you return, facing forward. Exhale, allow the hands to flow down from the body. Let's do this one more time on the left side. So inhale, hands up, shoulder height. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, hands come overhead. Return to center, facing forward. Exhale, allow the hands to flow down from the body. We can take this time to transition into fireworks. So we're just going to bring our hands to the dantian, which is again lower abdomen. Imagine that we're holding a fire, palm of our hands. We're bringing our hands together, and we're just going to inhale, draw that fire up the center, channel. And you can bring it up overhead, and exhale, spread that fire all around. Let's do this a few more times. You can imagine that you can move this fire around as you're moving up. So inhale the hands up towards overhead, then spread that fire around. Allow the hands to flow down. Let's do this 2 more times. gather that fire. Inhale, move it around. To move it up. Spread it all around. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, gather. Draw up the fire till it's overhead. Spread it out and all around. The hands float down. All right. We have a few more minutes before class closes. I want to take time to do a standing meditation for 2 minutes. And let me do the standing meditation, and then we'll do an integration flow, and then we'll do the prayer. So let's take this time to do a standing meditation for 2-3 minutes. The way we do that is I like to do the embrace the tree standing meditation or hugging a tree. And we can do so by hands hanging down by the sides, and then we just inhale the hands up to our shoulder chest height, turn the fingers towards each other. Imagine that you're hugging a tree, so the arms are around, or like making a circle. Fingers are pointing towards each other, palms are facing towards the chest. Shoulders are dropped. Elbows can be slight drop. And we're going to hold this position for 2 minutes. Then we'll engage the integration flow. And then we'll close this practice. So we're just going to be in this position for 2 minutes. Noticing how this feels. Making any adjustments. You can, if there's noticing any pain, acute pain or strain, please stop the movement. Because Qigong is about wellness, energy, healing. You got about another minute to go. Noticing how you feel, noticing where your attention is right now. You're almost there. Noticing how you feel. Noticing how your feet connect to the earth. Now we'll just turn our palms so they're facing towards the ground, the floor. Allow your arms to flow down. We're going to engage the integration flow. Connect with our energy. So we're going to bring the right hand by the dantian, by the lower abdomen, palm facing up. Left hand, just soft, hand down. We'll take the palm, turn it upwards. Inhale, gather. Inhale, circle the hand up, overhead. Finger points towards the sky, and exhale down. Center line of the body connecting to the dantians. And left hand takes the place of the right hand. The right hand now inhales and circles up and overhead. And exhale, the right hand down, the center line. Noticing what you feel, noticing what you're connecting with. We'll do 2 more passes, 1 more pass for each hand. Right hand takes the place of the left hand. Now left hand flows up on the inhale. Exhale, the hand down, the center line. We'll do one more repetition with the right hand as the left hand takes its place. The right hand flows down. And let's bring both hands one on top of each other. Over the lower abdomen, over the dantian. You can inhale. Lock the fingers, the thumbs. Noticing what you feel, noticing what you're connecting with. Noticing what you're experiencing. And we'll transition to closing sequence. Now release both hands off the body. And we'll do the clearings. So we'll inhale, both hands up towards the sky. We'll bring the left foot to the right foot. And as the hands make it overhead, we're going to exhale, turn the palms facing towards ourselves. Hands flow down from the body, taking in whatever you need, showering yourself with energy. Whatever feels good for you. Let's do this 2 more times without moving the legs. Inhale, palms facing towards the sky. Gathering. Turning the palms towards yourself. Exhale out. Hands flow down. And one more time. Inhale. Gather. On the exhale, shower yourself with that support, that goodness. Whatever feels good for you. And to completely close this class, this time will not be mirroring you. You can bring up your right hand, and as I bring up my own right hand, you can make a soft fist. The right hand represents yang energy, energy of the day, energy of the sun. Among so many things. And we bring up the left hand, palm is open, facing towards the sky. And this hand will represent yin energy. Represents the energy of the night, the moon. And we'll bring the left hand over the right hand as we bring both hands to the center. And let's take this opportunity to bow to ourselves for engaging in self-care in this Qigong practice of energy cultivation. I want to thank you for checking out this practice. Hope this has supported you on your journey, allowing you to connect to yourself, connect to the present moment, connect to your healing ability. And I want to thank Toivo, Valley Qigong, Darren Drum, so many good people in my life that have allowed me to share and learn and explore this practice. Thank you. I also want to let people know that I'll be going on hiatus. I will not be teaching any Tuesday classes in May and June. And I appreciate getting the opportunity to take this break. Just trying to listen to myself and take care of myself. And I want you to do the same for yourself too. So until next time, may you live well and be well. And I offer you to check out the classes that are happening on Saturday, presented by Valley Qigong and Toivo. Catherine and Kapil are phenomenal teachers. Always recommend taking their Qigong classes. Take care. Be well.